Look at this sentence. The boy ran. It tells us an action occurred, but the picture is blurry. We don't know the pace. But adding a single word, quickly, sharpens the resolution. We've now answered exactly how the action occurred. That is the exact job of an adverb. It modifies or describes a verb. It can also describe an adjective, another adverb, or even an entire sentence. The most reliable way to build one is through a simple formula. Take a base adjective and add an ly suffix. Quick becomes quickly, and careful becomes carefully. Think of these modifiers as fine-tuning dials, allowing you to control the exact degree, time, and manner of the core components in your sentences. Adverbs do not only attach to verbs. They can stack on top of other descriptors to adjust their intensity. In the phrase, "she is very intelligent," the adverb very dials up the adjective. In "he runs quite fast," it notifies another adverb. One highly specific category is adverbs of frequency. These are words like always, usually, or never, which tell us exactly how often an action happens. When you use a standard action verb, the placement is strict. Here on the left, notice how the adverb always comes directly before the main verb, studies. The modifier sits right in front of its target. But there is an exception. If you use a be verb, like is, am, or are, the adverb must follow it. Notice how the arrow points backward from is to the modifier. Adverb placement is not determined by what sounds best. It is dictated entirely by the mechanical category of the verb it attaches to. Warning tone. Relying exclusively on that ly suffix will cause problems. Some base words refuse to follow the standard formula. Look at these attempts to force the rule. Words like fastly, hardly when used to describe physical effort, and goodly are mechanically incorrect. The proper forms require memorization. Good transforms entirely into well. And words like fast and hard remain exactly the same whether they are acting as adjectives or adverbs. Let's test this logic. Take 3 seconds to choose the correct modifier for these two contexts. The solution comes down to finding the target. In the first sentence, we are describing a driver, which is a noun. Nouns require adjectives, so the answer is careful. In the second, we are describing how someone did, an action verb. Verbs require adverbs, so the answer is well. Identifying the target word's part of speech is the only foolproof method to avoid mixing up adjectives and adverbs. Look at this phrase designed to trap test takers. She speaks more faster and sings beautiful. The first issue is a double comparison. The word faster is already a comparative adverb. Stacking more breaks the structural logic. The second error requires tracing the modifier to its root. We are describing how she sings, an action verb. Therefore, apply the ly suffix to create beautifully. Mastering sentence construction requires stripping phrases down to their structural mechanics before stacking on degrees of modification. This chart summarizes the core mechanics. Adjectives describe nouns, while adverbs describe verbs and modifiers. Beside that, your high-frequency irregulars. Finally, adverbs fall into 10 functional categories. To recall them for an exam, memorize this acronym, MTPFDRANIR. It acts as an index for every type, from manner and time down to affirmation and negation. Ultimate precision in communication relies on mastering these specific tools of modification.